Well, howdy everyone, Cowy, your average sim racer here. We're back for the final round of Season 3, 2025, and we are at Twin Ring Motegi on the full GP layout. It's quite a fun track to drive, hard to pass, again, but you can make those little mistakes, pressure the car in front of you, and maybe sort of get some moves done. Now, as far as setup's gone, I've gone with my Hockenheim setup that I used last week at Mugello. Seems to work pretty good for me here. But again, it's one of those tracks where you're trailing deep into corners. You can see that even on my sort of reconnaissance outlap here, I'm missing a couple of the apexes as I'm just trying to work out how far I can brake. And I raced here last night for SRW. It was supposed to rain, but all it did is rain in between the sessions. And I meant race number 2, the track was a little bit wet, but still not enough to warrant wet tyres. So everyone pretty much stayed on slicks, and it dried out with no more rain at the end. I think for the officials, it's twilight or sunset here in this practice, so I think we might be a night race for the officials this week. If you already know, you can tell me. I'll see if I can jump on and do one of the officials. We'll have to see how we go. And the other thing is it's another dry week, no rain on the horizon for either server. So this will be a dry track guide of 3 laps once again. Alright, now setting up for the start of the lap, you want to go back to third, open this out as much as you can here, so you can get on the gas and start a lap. Now my setup seems pretty planted in the rear. I think I just softened the bump stiffness a little bit. Alright, looking to brake just inside the 100. Back to third, and you want to try and sort of double apex this corner. So you can apply the gas and get out of there hard. Alright, up here we're looking to brake at about 105, just before the 100's on. Back to third, trailing deep once again. You can use a bit of the exit there, but that was probably a little bit too much, as I picked up an off track. Alright, you can short shift out of there. I'm not sure what's staying on it, short shifting. Braking at about 110, just before that time. Back to third, and again, if the car doesn't want to pull up, so I just went a little bit too deep there. So we're just going to hit the brakes a lot more harder than I did then. A little lift to the throttle there to get around, and braking just before the white arrow. The fourth, I'm finding fourth here. You can stay in fourth all the way around, but you need to hug it. And then braking just before the start of the curving again. Back to third. Back on the throttle here. We're looking to brake at about 60 or 50. Back to second. Trying to extend this straight without getting the car to step out on you. Alright, and down here we're looking to brake just before the 150. Hard on the brakes, back to third. Trailing deep in. Getting half up on that curving there if you can. Beware of the car stepping out there. And again, back to third. Get over to the left. Open this out. And plant the accelerator. Alright. Now I think I was into the 56s on race fuel last night. Once the tyres go off, it's easy to drop back into the 57s. And that left-hand rear is the tyre that really cops it around here. Alright. Stay inside the boundary this time. We'll short shift this time. And we probably gave up a little bit of time on exit. Oh, we got now. Oh, we still got made it off to brake a little bit earlier, I think. And again, that's maybe where you can start to play with your disc sizes to maybe get the car to pull up a bit better there. Again, I didn't have a lot of time to practice before last night. We'll go back to third here, see if we can pick up a bit more speed. If anything, we probably gave up a bit of speed then, but we sort of had to do that then. The revs were dropping down a bit low. Not the grippiest of rooms. Looks like there's a bit of rubber down, but I don't know. It's 26 degrees on track, and I reckon we were in sort of mid-30s last night for SRW, and it probably had a little bit more gripper, I would think. Alright. Trying to use all that exit, get down in there. Probably a better finish to the lap this time. Somewhere again in the mid 156s. Alright, let's bring it out once more and show you the pit entry.
56.58.
Try and stay a bit tighter here. It is a fun track to race. So there we go there. Alright, so we're about parity with our first lap. Broke a little bit earlier then. Yeah, that's better.
Sector 1 is 0.38 off the pace.
Though we just stuffed the exit there, so a little bit better exit. I might have found a few tenths there. Trying to get over the left or at least mid-track here, so you can get the car to turn in, carry some momentum around there. We've probably gone a bit deeper then. Yeah, gave up probably a tenth there by braking a little bit early. Corey Preston, one of the quick guys up the front with the best time here. All right, so coming into the pits, it's just up here. Now you've got to be really careful. Looks like it's a nice easy entrance, but they've got this little kink here that will really throw you out, and you might as well just put your limiter on as soon as you sort of slow down for that kink. So it looks like you can get a fast entry into there, but you can't. So just be aware of it. Again, easy to pick up a 40-second hold for getting a pit lane entry wrong. So just be aware of that. All right, guys. Hopefully you are enjoying the track guides. There's another season. Okay, 92, 91%. So again, a little bit over 2% a lap in this setup. So again, I'm trying to sort of get the car to turn nicely and be sharp. That does tend to induce a little bit more wear in the rear, so just be aware of that. I suppose a lot of the setups are running low bars, but a stiffer suspension. I'm finding the other way works better for me. But anyway, if you are enjoying the content, please give me a like and subscribe. Otherwise, this is Cowy Sim Racer signing off, and we'll see you all next season for some more track guides. Cheers.